Representative Bill Davis, big week in the House. HJR1 passes out. People are calling that a very historic vote. What was your take on the whole issue?
Well, it was certainly a big week in the House for taxpayers and taxpayer protection that in my district has been probably the #1 issue, short of jobs, that we've dealt with in the last 2 years. A number of taxpayer groups that have developed across District 33 and in the area, all supported of property tax caps. People want to know that they're not going to be taxed out of their homes. And the vote on Monday this week in the House, again, just kind of reinforced what we already knew, that if this bill came to the floor, it would pass overwhelmingly because it reflects the feelings of the constituents across the state. We spent well over 2 years with Ways and Means going around the state of Indiana, making sure how people felt about this and making sure that it was the right thing to do. And I'm not telling you that there won't be some things that we need to work out as we go forward, but this was a win for taxpayers, and I think one that will prove out to be very successful for our state as we go forward.
How would you characterize sort of the progress and the pace of the session so far compared to last year?
Well, surprisingly better, and we are glad to see that. On our side of the aisle, you know, one of the problems was we waited last year until the end of the year to do everything, which rushes people. You don't have time to look at the legislation. You don't have time to make good decisions. You don't have time to talk to constituents when we operate that way. Operating the way we're operating this year, we have that time. We're now dealing with our surveys and the results of surveys that we've sent out that are now coming back that will give legislators a good idea of what's going on in their districts. So I like the pace. As always, I think we could do better. You know, normal businesses operate on an 8 to 5, and around here we don't always do that. And so I'd like to see us handle these things in a little more business fashion, but you know, some of these things take a lot of time, a lot of thought to make sure that we get it right. And so I guess because of that, it's not going to operate quite as smoothly as we sometimes think it should. But much better pace this year than last year, and I would say probably better than any short session since I've been here.
You sit on the Ways and Means Committee, the committee in which all the bills that spend any of the state's money go through. With the state having such low revenues these days, what are some of the things that your committee is perhaps looking at to create jobs or economic development now that HJR1 has passed and perhaps the Republicans are moving on to a different set of an agenda?
Well, and that's a great question. And it is a difficult environment to try to move incentives and move legislation that has spending in it. We simply don't have the money to spend. We have to continue, in my opinion, to work on those areas where we don't over-regulate business, that we actually become a partner with business and try and help. On the floor today, I'm going to talk about at least 4 bills that are going to add to the rules and regulations of businesses across this state that we really don't need if we're serious about creating jobs in this kind of an environment. And so tough times continue. Our revenue has not increased. Now it's getting better, but we're certainly not where we were even in 2007 with our income. So it's a difficult environment. We just have to find ways to continue to make Indiana attractive to businesses that are wanting to relocate, and we have to do that by not adding more regulations. The government needs to stay out of the way and let free enterprise work.